What's up, everybody? It's your boy DTLF back with another video of Late Night with DTLF, man. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your evening. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So, I wanted to make this a special episode on some of the better role players that we lack talking about sometimes. There's some players in Lakers history that don't get as much praise as the star players. Now, we know the star players get all the praise and they deserve it. But then you got your role players like the ones you see on screen. Shout out to Christian for the graphics. Awesome role players, guys that throughout the history of time have been phenomenal, right? I wanted to talk about them a little bit today. Starting with one of the most underrated, or should I say, big time role players, Big Shot Bob. Okay, that's a nickname the 6'10 power forward earned because he was a perfect role player who helped win a total of 7 NBA titles, 3 of them with the Lakers. He played 7 years with the Lakers, winning 3 straight titles from 2000 all the way to 2002. So I just want to give his flowers, man. Big Shot Robert Horry, one of the greatest role players, not just in Laker history, but in NBA history. We're talking about he played a role in 3 different teams championships, a total of 7 championships. So that is the epitome of role player. Want to give him a salute, man. Big Shot Robin. Who can forget one of the biggest shots in his career, right? When Shaq, oh, no, it was Vlade Divac batted back the rebound in Sacramento. I believe it was a game 6 in Sacramento. Lakers were down. Vlade Divac, trying to to keep the ball away from Shaq, bounces it back out, tips it out, and guess who was there? Big Shot Rob. So major shout out to Robert Horry, man, one of the most underrated just role players of all time, not just Lakers. So I'm gonna start right there. I'm gonna start with Robert Horry, and then I'm gonna move on right around the same era to Derek Fisher, right? Derek Fisher, man, listen, let me tell you something about him. 6'1" guard, he was a pit bull, right? And you know, the nickname was Fishy, but but I love it. I love it. Derek Fisher he was clutch, man. We're talking about one of the best backcourt guards that the Lakers have had in history, and we're talking about somebody who hit a big shot. The big shot could also lock up and defend and was perfect for the triangle offense. You know what I mean? So D Fish is on this, makes my list as well as some of the best role players that we can remember. And we're talking about somebody who hit clutch shot after clutch shot in the playoffs, especially none bigger than 0.4 versus San Antonio. In San Antonio, in I believe it was the Western Conference Finals. Big shot by Derek Fisher, man, with 0.4 left on the clock. That was one of the most amazing shots of all time. But the thing about him is that he would fight through screens. He was truly a pit bull, even running through screens, which was one of my favorite things about him is when guys would set illegal screens and the refs wouldn't call him. Guess who was running through those screens? And he was pesky and just a lockdown defender. And again, one of Kobe's best teammates ever, man. Shout out to Derek Fisher. Also, he has the same amount of championships as Kobe Bryant. Derek Fisher was a part of every single one of Kobe Bryant's championships. So that's a fun little fact. And he was also drafted alongside. So that's so cool, man. It's just the fact it's rare when you draft players, obviously like Kobe and Fisher, and they pan out throughout their career in one place and win all their championships in one place. And that was the case with both Kobe and D Fish. And by the way, my mom thought he was handsome. She would always say he was the most handsome player on the Lakers. All right, now I want to go back into turn back the clock a little bit. Michael Cooper. You're talking about one of the best defensive guards. He spent 12 years with the Lakers. Shout out to Michael Coop. He won 5 titles with Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the dude was just great, man. Love me some Michael Cooper. I know I didn't get to see him play live, but from what I've seen, he was one of the top defensive guards of all time. Now, feel free to chime in here, guys. If there's anybody you want to throw in, give me a reason why, and I will highlight your comment as well. I got you guys. What's good? What's good, Blitz? How you doing, bro? You said the GOAT Lakers role player, none other than Coop. Yeah, dude, he was definitely one of the best lockdown defenders. Talking about lockdown defenders, Metta World Peace was another one, man. We really got blessed after Trevor Ariza decided to sign with the Rockets. I don't know why. Or did we get Metta World Peace first? I don't remember which one came first, but I think obviously for a couple of million, Troy Reaves didn't want to come back. Biggest mistake of his career. He was never the same anywhere else. He just fit perfectly in the triangle offense. Meta world peace. Fit right in, though. Immediately bringing that toughness and that shot making ability to the Lakers. He was great, man. Phenomenal. Now, let's talk about Stormin' Norman. I don't know if you guys are watching Winning Time, but Norm Nixon is one of the most controversial characters in that series because of the relationship he had with Magic Johnson. It was up and down, right? Most notably, the jealousy that was displayed when my guy Norm Nixon or when Magic Johnson got the $25 million contract. Spoiler alert, everybody should know this. There's no spoilers in Winning Time because everybody should know the Laker history. If you don't, not my fault, fam, but definitely give that show a watch. It'll freshen it up for you if you forgot. But Norm Nixon was great, man. He was a key part of 2 championship runs as a Laker, right? He was a dime dishing guard. And he was really nice. He played his first 6 NBA seasons with the Lakers. And then afterwards, he got traded in a package for Byron Scott. Now, Byron Scott was another great role player as well. But I can't believe Norm was traded to the Clippers. Him and Jerry West didn't see eye to eye. So, yeah, that's Norm Nixon, man. He was great. He was, he was somebody who was a well-rounded guard. I think he made a couple All-Star games. Very, very nice role player for the Lakers in his time. There's just so many. The Lakers have been blessed with so many key players that have helped the Lakers to a championship. And, I'm not going to count the star players like obviously Jerry West and James Worthy, even though they played a role. But honorable mention James Worthy. I don't see him as a role player, a multiple-time All-Star. He lived up to the name Big Game James. Because of his uncanny ability to elevate his game during high-pressure situations. This dude was crucial to the Showtime era, and it happened midway through the era. So, towards the end of Magic Johnson's career, this guy was the first overall pick. And he, again, Big Game James. Shout out to Big Game. It's still one of my favorite analysts out there, man. You see him doing the post games for Spectrum. Just a solid dude. Is it Andrew Bynum? He really had potential. Yeah, I guess you can categorize him as a role player for sure because he made a couple All-Star games, but for the most part, he was a role player for sure. Devin George, I used to like him. Nice 3-and-D guy. Pretty athletic too. Let's see here. My guy said Austin Reaves will be up there in the future for sure. His potential is out of this world. Yeah, man, listen. Austin Reaves is just a nice all-around role player right now, but he does have star potential. So I'm going to hold my horses on that one. And shout out to the Dodgers, man. I'm glad they killing it out here for surely. Now, let's get back into the list, man. We talked about Robert Horry. We talked about Derek Fisher. We talked about one player we have not talked about, though, is my guy L.O. I mean, you want to talk about the ultimate role player. We're talking about Lamar Odom. Won a couple of titles in 2009 and 2010, in addition to winning 6th Man of the Year, the year after that. Of course, we know it didn't end well because he requested a trade after being traded in that Chris Paul deal that fell apart, and he didn't like it, especially after winning the 6th Man of the Year award. So, it didn't end well for him, unfortunately. But, the 6'10" forward played 7 seasons and some of my favorite seasons in the Lakers' prime of his career. And again, multiple championships and 6th Man of the Year. My favorite, probably the most selfless player I ever personally witnessed with my own eyes. And he's my favorite 6th man of all time. I mean, I love me some Lamar. You're talking about versatility ahead of his time. 6'9", 6'10", forward who can do it all. You needed scoring, Lamar could get that. If you needed defense, Lamar could get that. If you needed a clutch rebound, Lamar could get that. Okay, too bad we couldn't get the one when Tim Thomas hit the 3, but that's for a different story. Regardless, this dude, man, L.O. was just sensational. Again, one of my favorite, not just player, but just a great dude, a great person. I'm glad he's doing well, man. I'd love to interview him someday here on this channel. That would be awesome. But yeah, again, one of my favorite players. I have his jersey, and we were blessed to have him here. Now, let's talk about a role player that broke our hearts recently. All right, I got to give him props. Now, he may not be one of the greatest of all time, but he definitely made his mark while he was here. And that was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, who helped the team win the 2020 championship. I mean, he really stepped up in that bubble. So he gets an honorable mention here, but nothing major, right? Let's talk about role players that didn't really help us win, but they were also very entertaining. Jordan Clarkson, man. Okay, Pinoy Pride up in the building. Listen, Jordan Clarkson was fun to watch, and he was a late pick. People forget he was the 46th overall pick, and he had the nickname the Ninja Blender because the dude could slash left and right. He had a nice little jump shot, could pull up on a dime. Man, role players like him don't come, very often with the 46th pick. So we were blessed. We got us some Jordan Clarkson, and there's still some Laker fans that wish that we could bring him back at some point. He did already win Sixth Man of the Year with the Jazz a couple of seasons ago, but just what a nice, well-rounded player. Now let's talk about another role player that actually did help us to a championship. Another one of my favorites, man. This guy was sensational since we acquired him from the Orlando Magic. All right, now listen. Let me tell you something about this guy. Okay, in case you were wondering, it's Trevor Ariza, right? Trevor Ariza, you talking about 3-and-D slashing small forward. I dream that Jared Vanderbilt could pattern his game after Trevor Ariza because he has a similar body type, similar skill set, but obviously Trevor Ariza's offensive game was so much better. Like he was not hesitant. He could slash, dunk on people. He was catching bodies. Y'all remember when Ariza was catching bodies? UCLA product, man. Love me some Trevor forever. Ariza, man, just a sensational, talented piece that was a key part of that championship in 09. And so, love me some Trevor, man. Unfortunately, he didn't stay, didn't get the paycheck, he got an offer from the Lakers, but I guess he wanted more. So he left to prove a point, and unfortunately, his career went south after that. But love me some Trevor Ariza. Now, talk about somebody on the screen, Jordan Farmar, Taft product, another UCLA guy. Jordan Farmar, phenomenal piece, man. Key part of that triangle offense, key part of that bench mob that was so amazing in 09 and 010 championships. My favorite play from him is when he dunked on Kevin Garnett in the finals. Remember that when he cut? If y'all don't remember, YouTube it. When he dunked on Kevin Garnett in the finals. That was awesome, man. And he played with a lot of heart. He was fearless, and I always believed he had starter potential. And he actually eventually went to the Nets, and he did start for them. He was putting up big numbers, but then injuries kind of got in the way. But this dude, he was nice, man. I'll tell you, Jordan Farmar, with the ears, I love watching this dude, man. Shannon Brown. That's a good one. That's a good one as well. Cannon Brown. That was talk about steal trades. He was included in the package, I believe, for Radmanovich. I think so. But yeah, man, he was that dude. He can jump out of a building, man. He was sensational. Just absolutely phenomenal. Who am I forgetting here? Let's see. Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was a key piece. He was traded in 1999 for Eddie Jones, right? And he was great. He didn't play the same as he did in Charlotte, but he was huge in that championship run that year. And he only played 2 seasons with the Lakers, but like I said, huge in that that 2000 and that 2001 championships. Huge. He was the third piece behind Kobe and Shaq, and he had some very clutch shots. Very good player, man. Who remembers OG Glenn Rice? Steve Blake was fun to watch, but unfortunately, I don't include him in this list because they really didn't contribute to winning very much. But I will say this, man. Shout out to Steve Blake. He was fun to watch. Kobe used to love him as a teammate. Very, very cool young player. Now, let's talk about somebody from last season. I'm glad you brought him up. Jared Vanderbilt, Connor. Jared Vanderbilt is the real deal, and I think he's going to be with the Lakers for a while. At least if we're smart, we'll lock him up for a while. The only way I can see us letting him go is if he doesn't improve his game and he continues to be a liability on the offensive end, and then Rui continues to improve while he hits the summer as a free agent and he's commanding too much in the market, then maybe they'll do like a sign and trade or something. But I hope not. I hope we keep him because he's the real deal. I'll tell you that right off the top. He is the real deal. Love me some Jared Vanderbilt. He's been working this offseason. He looks good. And I hope he can continue to improve his offensive game because defensively he's already one of the top perimeter wings in the league, and that's something we were starving for. And that's something that we wanted for a long time, a defensive wing who could switch multiple positions and could keep the offense on their toes. Eddie Jones, Eldon Campbell, awesome players, man. Unfortunately, didn't really contribute to winning a championship, but awesome player. He said, "Hey Dan, is that true that Giannis is interested in joining the Lakers?" Lakers always gonna be in the rumor mill when these stars' names get thrown out there, but it's a little too early. Now, obviously, Giannis has to play out his contract, and then we have to see what's gonna happen with LeBron and AD, right? But of course, I'm pretty sure he's interested. Who isn't, right? Going from Milwaukee to Los Angeles is a huge upgrade, not just in the city department and the weather department, but the marketing aspect. Obviously, we have the best fans, we have the biggest, grandest, most beautiful stage in the world. Yeah, listen, I'd love to have Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, talking about ballers and stages in the world. Remember, I've been telling you guys that to me, and this, I have a keen eye for talent in basketball. I've been raving about Austin Reaves, calling him the most efficient, as a result, the best complete player on Team USA. People didn't believe me, right? Some people was even in my DMs talking about I'm riding Austin too much because he's my golden child, because I picked him out since he was drafted, blah, blah, blah. I got some hate mail for it, but check this out. Don't take my word for it. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Check it out. NBA Central posted this: the best players on Team USA according to Hoops Hype global ratings. You see who's on top? Do you see who is on top? That's my guy right there, Sawston. All right. So where the haters at now? Because I can't hear you, fam. I can't hear you. Austin Reaves, followed by Paolo Banchero and Tyrese Halliburton. Here's another thing I said. I said those three players right there were my favorite, and I actually tweeted out that I like the bench better than the starters. And ironically, rating-wise, they're the best rated players on Team USA. So there you have it. Austin Reaves, the best player on Team USA. Value-wise, bang for your buck, everything. The whole 9 yards, the whole enchilada. Sawston is doing Sawston things, and today he won Player of the Game. So again, I'd be calling these things out before the analysts and the professionals and they come out and say it. People don't want to give my flowers, but I've been telling you since he was a rookie, he was the real deal. There was a lot of pushback when I said start Austin Reaves. I was one of the very first to say. Matter of fact, at the end of his rookie season, I wanted to start him already. I saw the potential in him. I'm happy he's making me look like a genius, because I'll tell you this: I always see the talent before it flourishes, and I just need people to get on board. Austin is him. The quicker the haters get on board, the better. All right. Now, my guy said, "Hey, Dan," he said, "I hope he'll be in the starting lineup." Me too, man. That would be nice. However, he's just providing a phenomenal spark off the bench, so I think they'll keep him there. Hey, what's up, man? All is good, bro. Thanks for asking, man. How you doing? Thank you. Austin Reaves is him, the most consistent player on Team USA, even the Lakers. I agree. Well, on the Lakers, it's debatable. Clearly, you have two players that are better than him all around. But, I mean, bottom line is this. This kid is going to continue to get better. I do believe he has all-star potential. I've said that from the beginning of his career, from the very beginning. And it's one of those things where, again, if you believe it, cool. If you don't believe me, that's great. But the proof is in the pudding, right? Look, this is the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. There's the pudding. Player of the game. And he's coming off the bench, by the way, only averaging about 16 to 17 minutes. And he dominated, all right, versus Reaves. Let's see if this continues. I'm pretty sure it will. But Austin Reaves really is him. And the nicknames will continue to fall. By the way, he's been the most popular player. He has been the most popular player on Team USA everywhere he goes, right? Now, really quick, shifting gears, guys. Shifting gears, LeVar Ball. I do want to get into a little bit of comedy here, man, because Paul George apparently, has been, he is a clown, so he's trying to emulate another clown. And I don't know if you guys saw this video, but I thought it was interesting. Now, I'm not going to lie. The impression was spot on, right? But here's Paul George in his podcast. Somebody sent me this clip. Here goes a great impression, like I said, from one ringless player of another ringless player, right?
We know you got Charles.
Jackie, to think about it, let me tell you. See, back when I played, you almost had to chuck a guy when he got hot or fouled him and put him on his ass.
Now, listen, I'm not going to lie. His Charles Barkley impression is pretty spot on, fam. He sounds identical to him, right? Identical to him, right?
But these guys now are just too soft.
even what's funny about this video, and we could chuckle at it a little bit. What's funny is that even the high pitch hit, right? Now, imagine how good this guy would be if he emulated winning players like that actually won a championship. That would be phenomenal, especially their practice habits and on-court success. That would be even better. But hey, as far as comedic value, that is gold right there. I mean, that's probably the best thing he's ever done in his NBA career, man. Shout out to Paul George for that impression. That's hilarious. But yeah, listen, I'll tell you this, guys. It's been a long summer. Finally, you know, we're about 40 days away. I believe that's what the Lakers account tweeted out. 40 days away from regular season, man. Stuff is starting to get really, really good. Like really, really good. I'm talking Skip Bayless today introduced his, his co-host for his show that are supposedly going to replace Shannon Sharp. And I thought the track was pretty cool. Have you guys heard it yet? Have you guys heard Lil Wayne's new track? Here's a little clip. I'm only going to play a little bit. I want to get copyrighted for this video because then, you know. But of Lil Wayne's track. It's called Morning.
Skip the BS and put everybody at the BS. PS, all I spit is FACTS. Be less, skip be less, yes, say less. Top of the top, apex, everyday flex.
Nah, he's dropping bars on this track. I'll tell you that right now. Like, he actually barring it up. This is why Lil Wayne's one of the GOATs, man. Shout out Lil Wayne. But I love the fact that he's a Laker fan. Check it out.
You ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. I ain't trying to hate. Let's have a Jordan and LeBron debate. I got time today. Dripping on the chain. My diamonds say what they gotta say. If you think it's a game, I commentate. I ain't gotta play. On in the morning, I own my opponent. My competition is not an issue. It's cotton tissue.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, if y'all want to hear that whole thing, definitely check it out. I won't play it all here, but man, I'll tell you, Lil Wayne brought some bars for that new show. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's going to work out. I'm really not sure if that is going to work out because here's a clip, right, of the new co-host out here kind of stealing the spotlight from Skipping. We all know Skip. Oh, Skipper doesn't like that very much. Here you go.
With your body, how you gonna tell me that's the worst advice?
I said they didn't turn Skip into Jenny Tapp.
What I'm saying is, I don't know how you can tell me
that's comedic as hell.
And not your hands. It led to championships on every level.
He's not even on the screen right there, fam. That's funny. He's a guest at his own show.
I don't know how you gonna say that's bad advice. How is that
oh
bad
my
advice?
goodness.
Because if you're telling kids to catch with their body and not their hands,
you gotta listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, now check this out. This is what you call skipped. All right. Skip Bayless was just skipped. Right now, he's non-existent. He's not even on the screen. They're having such a heated debate that and by the way, I love me some Michael Irvin and all those guys, man. I think they're great. But I'm not sure if he should have brought them all on at the same time. It's just voice, on top of voice. We'll see how it works out.
No.
Thank
I
you,
understand what he's saying.
Thank you.
But what I'm saying,
He can skip. He can't even get a word in.
Catching it in your body, you bringing it that close, and I'm on your back. I'm getting that out of here every single time. I'm getting that out of here. You're not bringing it in your body. Catch it with your hands out here. But what I'm saying is,
oh my goodness, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the show's gonna work out? Do you guys think it's gonna be something that hits for them, or do you think it's just maybe something? It's going to be like one of those things where it lasts maybe a couple of segments and then they hit the reboot button, maybe rename the show into something else. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be, honestly sustainable because like I said, it's so much better when either everybody takes turns talking or there's just two people debating. Too many voices can be a little too much for me. It's usually the reason I don't really go into space. I go into space when I run them and I orchestrate them properly with the right people there. But if not, other than that, it's just too many voices just going crazy. And it's like, bruh, like I thought we left that back in high school, just people arguing at the cafeteria. Like, I'm not trying to be a part of that no more, right? But, that has potential. And then Lil Wayne's supposedly going to join Friday. So, it's going to be intriguing to see what happens there. I'm not the biggest, I'm really not a Skip Bayless fan or a Stephen A fan for that matter. But, entertainment is entertainment. We'll see what happens. Talking about entertainment, guys. Talking about entertainment. You're right. Michael Irvin is that energy type of guy. I like me some Michael Irvin, even though I'm not a Cowboys fan. But Michael Irvin's cool. Talking about entertaining, man. We got to talk about this guy right here. Okay. Where do I start with this guy? I think I'll just let the clip roll here a little bit.
World champion of what? The United States? The thing that hurts me the most.
Listen, first of all, I'm not sure I can trust anybody who's voice cracking like that. He's sounding like Carl Anthony Towns right now. He sounds real suspect. Noah Lyles is sounding real suspect. I think I'm gonna start calling him Noah Lies because this dude spit number lies. And listen to this point, okay?
I have to watch the
Now
NBA.
he says
Thing that hurts
it
me
bothers
the
him.
most
It hurts
I
him.
have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the US at times.
What's that supposed to mean at times? You either love the US or you don't, brother. Come on now. But here. The thing is, this dude sounds like a whole nerd. First of all, enjoy your gold medal, bro. Like you are putting on for your country, you're representing. Shout out to you for that. But then you got to turn it into like hating on somebody else's craft, a whole entire different sport that had nothing to do with yours. And you got to turn it into a negative. Like you just took a good moment and you turned it into a negative. That's crazy, Noah Lyles. Like that's nuts, bro. I ain't never seen nobody do that. Like dim the lights on their own spotlight. Never seen it.
But that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
You know how ignorant that sounded to me right there? That last sentence that he just said. There are no flags in the NBA. Bro, what is this, gangbanging? Right? No, man. Listen. First of all, your point is way off. Number one, the NBA is the number one basketball platform in the world. That means we got the best combination of talent. And I addressed this in the morning, but I'll address it again because some people just don't understand it. We have the best combination of talent in one place, which means, yes, you are a world champion. Matter of fact, the person who won a championship is not American. It's not from the U.S. So clearly you can't call Jokic an American champion because he's not even American, right? So he is a world champ, right? Because the best talented players are all in the NBA, right? They don't, listen, the number one pick in this year's draft was a Frenchman, okay? If it really wasn't a world championship, do you think somebody from the other side of the world would come to the United States to play here? This is a world championship. It just so happens that it takes place in the good old US of A. And that's the bottom line. I just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And this is the thing that really bothers me about this guy, right? Is that, dude, you're supposed to be enjoying your gold medal. And instead, you're complaining. Listen to what he said here.
And they have world champion on their head. World champion of what?
Listen, that sounds like a whole ass hater right there. World champion, period, bro. What do you mean world champion of what? That's crazy talk.
The United States?
I'm sick. Even the way he said that, the United States, like, bruh, yes, world champion. You can be a world champion even though the event takes place in the United States. It's common sense. Again, it's not that hard to understand. Best talented players in the world come to hoop in the NBA. So therefore, when you win a championship, you're the world champion because, you know what I'm saying, like Wembayama is not playing on another part of the world, right? We're talking about one of the best prospects, they're calling him, of all time. He's coming to the United States. So at the end of the day, this is where we get the best talent. From the moment they enter the league, they either stick or they don't. But this is what it is. And you got so many international superstars. This is like the worst time to make this statement. I mean, there is no good time. But he could have maybe got away with this, 15 to 20 years ago when there wasn't a lot of international talent, right? But the game has grown globally. I mean, do you see how they love Austin Reaves? Do you see how they love Austin Reaves? Like, they love this. They treat him like a superstar because you know what? They see what we see. They see a special talented player. And obviously because the Lakers global brand is global, right? If the NBA was just for the United States, then Austin Reaves wouldn't be getting those type of ovations, right? So, yeah, I just, it bothers me that this dude, instead of enjoying his accolade, I'm not going to take that away from him. He is a United States gold medal winner. So shout out to him, man, for putting on to the country. But, man, that was definitely an embarrassing take. And this is my final point. Just look at the love that Austin Reaves is getting in the Philippines. Let's expect that. Beautiful. It's beautiful. All spin. Worldwide, baby. We speak in the same language. Right? So no, this isn't a sport only in the United States. Austin Reeves getting global love. Everybody knows who he is for a reason, because this is an international sport at this point. And you love to see it. You love to see it. But yeah, man, I just thought it was funny, bro. I just thought it was funny. I had to bring it to y'all's attention. What do you guys think? Is he right? Is he wrong? Should we just overlook it since he is a gold medalist? Not give him a hard time. I mean, it rubbed NBA players the wrong way. You know damn right it's gonna rub us fans the wrong way. It's like, what are you trying to? What is your point? What are you trying to take away from NBA players, that they're not world champions? Like, come on, bro. That sounded like some haterade he was drinking, right? Yep. Same thing with Jamal Murray. He's Canadian. Thank you for adding to my point, right? Yes, sir. Even Thunder fans respect AR. Yes, sir. He's worldwide. But that's also, I'll say this, that's also a benefit of being a Laker. And I think that is the ultimate recruiting pitch. If you are the front office and you're trying to recruit Anthony Edwards or anybody, you show them a clip of the type of love that a role player, because currently right now, Austin Reeves is a role player, a damn good one, borderline all-star, but he's still a role player. And that is your biggest point. You grab the Austin Reeves tapes of him getting the biggest standing ovation everywhere, from Vegas all the way to the Philippines, every time he's introduced. And you say, this is what the Lakers brand gives you, Giannis. This is what the Laker brand can do for you, Ant-Man. This is what the Laker brand can do for you, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, whoever they're recruiting, this is a perfect pitch. So I'm so happy. Shout out to the Philippines. I'm so happy that their fans are putting on and just showing our guy Sauceton the love he deserves, because the world is starting to realize it. Man, you don't think Ant-Man's looking over his shoulder like, damn, they love him more than me. And I'm an all-star. You know what I'm saying? He's not even an all-star yet. Think about that. And he's getting more love than he is. That is the power of Lakers Nation, baby. We support our players everywhere. We are worldwide. And everywhere they go, they get a rock star type of love. I mean, look what happened with Kobe in China. They loved Kobe in China even more than they loved LeBron. And LeBron was more popular here in the States at the time. But Kobe in China was all of that. You know, Kobe in Milan, Kobe in everywhere he went, he was getting rock star ovation. They treated him like a Beatle, as they should have. And it's a beautiful thing, man. He said, let's see here. Let's get into some comments before I get off, man. I got about 5 minutes with y'all. Talk to me, fam. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hit that like if you guys do enjoy these episodes of Late Night with yours truly, man. Because I truly have fun breaking down all this stuff that happens throughout the course of the day, man. I think we found a winning recipe here, added to the other shows I created, like Around the League, pre-game, post-game, halftime. If you guys truly appreciate these episodes, hit that like button. He said, the NBA is a worldwide league. Players are drafted from everywhere. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's common sense, right? Right? He said, Lakers have always had OS players. What do you mean by OS, bro? I'm not sure. OS. I'm trying to decipher what that means. Can you clarify that for me, Christian? I'm trying to see. I think you mean the best players, right? Maybe. Hey, shout out to my guy Vincent, man. Thanks so much for super chat, brother. He said, I don't even know Noah Lyles. AR is popular in the Philippines because he is a Laker. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Lakers Nation is number one. We support our players everywhere, worldwide. We have the best fans in the world. Here's a fun fact. Here's a cool fact, man. I always check the stats of the people that watch my videos the most. Number one is the United States of America. Number two, you would think it's Mexico because I'm Mexican, right? Nope. It's the Philippines, man. The Philippines show your boy mad love. So they're number two on the list. I forgot what the rest of the order of the lists are, but I mean, Mexico's up there. They're top 5. But bottom line is, it's really cool to see the support that even me as a diehard Laker fan gets. And it's such an awesome benefit of being a Laker fan because, I mean, we're just worldwide, baby. We're worldwide. Like I have friends in Australia, friends in New York, friends everywhere that tell me, if you're ever down here, Dan, I'm a big fan. I would love to show you around, maybe host you, all of that. I mean, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for super chat, though, Vincent. Much love, brother. Overseas. Okay, my bad. My mind was somewhere else. Yeah. Lakers, for sure, always have overseas players. I mean, Sasha Vujacic, Pau Gasol, the best of the best. And that also has helped build the global brand, all right, of the Lakers basketball. Like, because if obviously think about it, you grow up in Spain watching teams, you watching some of your favorite players like Gasol play in the NBA, and they win championships with a franchise like the Lakers. You're forever indoctrinated into that franchise. So the Lakers have been very smart about finding talent, utilizing talent, and selling that talent to the community. We're just one of the most tightly knit groups of all ethnicities, age groups, and everything, man. Like, I got fans of this channel that are in every side, like every age, right? From everywhere, every age, every men, women, every age, right? From young to older. And it's just a wonderful thing to see how we can connect. There's very few things that can connect everything, all of us, the way that basketball does and the Lakers do. So just amazing. Hey, shout out Maya. Thank you. I have my energy back. I've been recouping, getting my sleep back. I was very busy over the weekend, house sitting for my brother, and obviously covering Team USA games. So I was very tired, but my energy's back. You guys know y'all get this during the season, but much love. I appreciate you for noticing, Maya. Yes, definitely got to give Laker fans all my energy. Let's see here. What do you think a player who can't shoot can do to contribute to winning despite their inability? Well, they have to work on other things, right? So, for example, like a Jared Vanderbilt, if you can't shoot, get better at slashing and attacking the rim. I remember Trevor Ariza, when he first got to the Lakers, his two assets he had were defense and slashing to the basket. Those are two things he can do. Like, he was impressing everybody. And obviously, his hustle, his defense, and all of that. But his slashing ability was second to none. He was dunking on people, getting second chance points, crashing the glasses, doing great things. Right? So you got to find different ways to contribute. You have to, right? You have to. Yes, we are, Blitz. Yes, we are. Here we go. So Giannis' wife is a Laker fan. Imagine how AD and Giannis would fit. Twin Towers defense would be incredible. Man, oh my goodness, that would be a dream come true for the same reason you just mentioned. But you're talking about two of the most athletic two-way players in the league joining forces. And then you got our closer, which I think is going to be this season, Austin Reaves. If I'm the Lakers, and this is a topic for a different day, but if I'm the Lakers, I'm putting the ball in Austin Reaves' hands in that fourth quarter and letting him go to work. He's been a great closer for us when we have put him in those situations, but I don't think he had enough opportunities. He's not having enough opportunities in Team USA. 17 minutes is not enough. He needs 25 minutes plus. And on the Lakers, there was times he closed, but sometimes he would be on the bench. So I hope that this year Darvin Ham just unleashes him, right? Unleash the Kraken. And just let him go to work, because down the stretch, very few players I trust on the Lakers more than Austin Reaves, right? LeBron is one, AD is one when he has his game going, but I think Austin Reaves is right up there with them, and I would love to see him, share some of those responsibilities, and stuff like that, man. But he said, Laker gang and don't bang. Love it. He said, Dan, I know you're an anime fan. Will you be watching One Piece live action coming on Netflix August 31st? I will be definitely checking it out, bro, but I'll be honest. I have not seen the whole One Piece saga. It was just so many episodes. I remember started watching, I saw like maybe 2 seasons. So I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but I will be watching because I'm always curious to see how these things translate, right? Always curious to see how these things translate. So, that's interesting. Hyper detail. Oh, my goodness. Wait till the season, man. Y'all going to get super hyper me. Hey, Flor, how you doing? The Lakers are a marquee franchise of the NBA. They are. The Lakers are like the Beatles, man. Everywhere they go, they get a crazy warm reception. They're rock stars. And Austin Reaves knows that, right? This is why he re-signed with the Lakers. He didn't sign an offer sheet or nothing, right? On top of the fact that they were dumb enough not to sign him to an offer sheet, other teams. But, Austin Reaves wanted to be a Laker the whole time. He didn't hide his feelings, his emotions. And as soon as there was an opportunity, he signed with us. So I'm very happy for that. We'll have him for at least the next 3 years. But I'm pretty sure he'll be around for a longer time than that, because this guy has lifetime Laker potential. I mean, somebody said he's the modern day Jerry West. They're not far off. Now, obviously, Jerry West, the logo, was one of the GOATs. And my guy has his work cut out for him. Like, he's nowhere near. But I get the comparison. Like, he's flashy. He's fun. He's exciting. He's got all the moves. His handles look like they have improved. He hasn't turned the ball over based off his handles once yet throughout the whole tournament. I've been paying attention to the little details for him, and I can tell you his handles are much better. There's times he looks a lot like Steve Nash. Go back and look at the highlights from tonight's game, and you will see that this dude has high basketball IQ, and he has impeccable handles. Like, He's out here handling the rock like a point guard. Sometimes even better than your average point guard. So just phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Let's see what my guy said. He said Jackson Hayes starting is a huge mistake. Shouldn't Rui or Vandy start over him? I haven't decided who should start yet. I want to get into training camp and preseason. I think a big mistake would be to prematurely hand out roles without seeing what these guys are going to do and what combinations work better. But it's a good question. Good question. I want to see how he can do with the big boys, playing with the first unit and all that. Depending on that, then we'll go from there, right? But I'm excited for him. The Jackson Hayes can definitely become a good shooter. Dude knocked down corners in New Orleans a lot. He got the good shot mechanics. Well, we'll see. I don't see him as a shooter. I see him as a rim protector and a slasher, somebody who could play off the ball, catch lobs, run in transition, and just do some things, right? I'm not expecting him to create offense. We have plenty of offense. We need defense, athleticism, rim protection, and just hustle, right? So that's what I want to see from him the most. I want to see him be a rich man's JaVale McGee. Why do I say rich man? Because JaVale McGee was sensational with the energy, but he can only give you 15 minutes. If this guy can give us 25 to 30, then he's your starter, right? But a lot is going to weigh in the balance of how he plays in combination. My guy, Chris, thanks for super chat, brother. I appreciate you, my boy. He said, think Lakers front office told Kerr not to overplay AR-15? Look, I'll say this. Steve Kerr has 12 men on the roster, right? And clearly he's going with his favorites, right? But let's be honest. Austin Reaves has been the best player, right? If we're just going based off of sheer production, Austin Reaves has been the best, most efficient player on Team USA, hands down. Okay? Again, they don't believe me. Rewind this video. I showed the graph, right? And at the end of the day, if I'm the head coach of anything, I want the most efficient players on the floor the most time. So I do believe there's some biasness going on. Also, he might be a little butthurt that Austin Reaves played a huge role and eliminated his Golden State Warriors. Maybe he doesn't want his ego to flare up. But if I'm Austin Reaves and I'm like, I'm the best player and I'm coming off the bench, watch out NBA, because he's about to have a breakout season. And if Darvin Ham stays true to his word this time, unlike last time when he said facts over feelings and he was over here giving Russell Westbrook closing minutes, if he actually stays true to his word and he gives him every opportunity to succeed, sky's the limit for Austin Reaves this season, right? Because the work he puts in plus everything else will fall into place. But all he needs is the right opportunities down the stretch of games. He's the type of player that I want him every fourth quarter to finish out the quarter, at least the last 8 minutes, every single game that he's healthy, right? That's how I feel about that. But look, I'm very excited for Team USA, not only the Lakers. I think they have a golden opportunity. See what I did there? Golden opportunity to get that medal. And hopefully, they come out and they prevail, because it's all about USA right now, baby. We'll talk about the Lakers in a couple of weeks, right? More in depth, because now we start talking about predictions in a couple of weeks. Now we're going to start talking about rotations in a couple of weeks. I think we'll have a more complete roster in a couple of weeks, because remember, we still have 2 open roster slots. So I can't wait to break it all down. I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. That's going to wrap it up for me tonight. Hopefully you guys do enjoy these episodes. Please show love, hit that like button. I will catch you guys on the next one. Real quick shout out to my sponsorship Prize Picks. You guys know the deal. You guys know the code, man. DTLF for 100% deposit match all the way up to $100. So whatever you put in your first deposit, they'll match it with the promo code. All right. Make sure you guys stay up, man. Stay updated. Hit that post noti bell, and I will see you guys here on the next one. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night.